Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to Bad Horse Barbecue. My name is Brian, and in today's video we're going to fire up my 18-inch Weber Smokey Mountain. If you think this grill looks familiar, you would be correct, because I did sell this to a coworker of mine about 2 years ago, and he used it like 2 times in 2 years. So I bought it back from him, did a little bit of a mini restoration to it. I mean, it wasn't in that bad of shape, but I scraped out the inside of the bowl, washed out the inside of the bowl. I degreased the whole outside, washed it with a hose, and got her nice and polished, so it'll at least look like new, at least one time. But yeah, really excited to have this grill back in my arsenal, and it's really fun to cook on. The Weber Smokey Mountain and barrel style cooking in general, I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, you can see we're gonna run the B&B oak briquettes in it today. It is raining and snowing out, so I'm trying to do this under the overpass, or on the overhang on my front porch. But first thing we're gonna do is we're going to do some ribs, and we're going to get them seasoned up. So I'm going to take you inside, and we're going to season those ribs up, and then we're going to come back out here, and I'm going to show you how I light this thing up. So why don't you come on into the kitchen with me, and let's season up some ribs. All right, we're back up in the kitchen. We've got 2 racks of St. Louis style cut ribs. I did trim these up myself. These are both 9-bone racks, even though the one is, it does look like it's 1 bone longer, but I mean, I can do math, or at least I can count, up to my fingers go. So I can count, there's 9 bones in each rack. We're gonna do a different kind of rub combo today. We're obviously gonna go on first with my Tailgaters BBQ Party Rub. This is my go-to for all meat. Besides having good flavor, it's kind of just like a meat flavor enhancer. Like it enhances the flavor of your meat. Give it a try if you haven't already. And then we're going to use 2 new rubs. We're going to use this Blues Hog Sweet and Savory. Been watching a lot of videos on thebarbecueleague.com, and well, they use a lot of Blues Hog stuff. And then we're going to go on with the Blues Hog all-purpose seasoning here. What I like about this is it'll give it a good red color. So let's go ahead and take one rack, flip it over, and do the backside first. Go on with the Tailgaters first. Pat it in, get it in. We're going to go on with this Blues Hog Sweet and Savory. Pat it in, and then the Blues Hog all-purpose. Pat that in. Going to get our sides while I'm over here. And then we're going to flip it over. Do the same exact process on this side. Tailgaters first. Give it a pat. Sweet and Savory second. Give it a pat. And then the all-purpose third. Give it a pat. And then do the same exact process on this one, but we're going to do this one in ultra fast time. What we're going to do is just put them on the tray, and we are going to just let these sit out until the grill is up to temp. So let me take you outside, and I'll show you how to get the grill going. All right, down at the 18-inch Weber Smokey Mountain, first thing I'm going to do is just going to take the top half of this off, set it over to the side for now. Here we got our coal basket. How I like to get this started if I'm using briquettes is I like to just pour the briquettes in first. It's going to be good. You can notice I didn't fill up the whole basket. And then what I'm going to do is take the small Weber chimney here, put some more briquettes right in there. Not a full basket, but not that much. One thing, like if I was starting this with lump, I'd put the charcoal lighter right in the lump and just let it burn. But I think briquettes take quite a bit longer to start, so I find it a little less time consuming if I just start a chimney up instead of putting the things right in there. And it's kind of going to work both ways too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wax cube, I'm going to put it right here. We're going to light it. Then I'm going to take my chimney and put my chimney right over it. That way it'll kind of burn the coals that are in there, and it'll kind of burn the coals that are in the chimney. So I'll open up all 3 of the bottom vents as well. Let that airflow start getting in there. And yeah, I'm gonna let this burn probably for about 10-15 minutes or so, and I'll pick back up. Alright, we are back. This has been burning for about 15 minutes. Gonna take the coal and pour it right over the top. Now that that's done, go ahead and close this thing up. Open the lid quick because I don't have anything in there, and I'm going to use this traditionally, so I'm just going to put the water bowl in. No water whatsoever. Throw the grate in. One thing with this hinge, you just want to make sure that if you do have this hinge, when you go to open it up, the hinge is like directly above one of the casters. So I'm going to go ahead and close it down, open up the top vent all the way, and let this thing start coming up to temp. I am going to be monitoring temps today using my ThermalWorks Smoke X4. Fits right into there. And all I'm going to do to monitor temps, I'm just going to stick it in right here. And that's how I'm going to monitor my temps right through that grommet hole. Target temp for today's cook's going to be about 300. And yeah, I think that's about it. What I am going to do, actually, is I got 2 chunks of post oak right here. I'm going to put one kind of not on the coals, and then the other one kind of like right on top of the coals. And now, that's going to be about it. So I'm going to let this thing come up to temp, and we'll pick back up when we're throwing the ribs on. Alright, we're back. Just put the ribs on, give you a quick peek. You can see that the color from them rubs is really, really, really nice. I really like it already. But yeah, there's not much else going on here. We're going to run this pit, like I said, right around 300. So I'm going to go ahead and close this thing down, let it go for about an hour or so, and then I will pick back up in about an hour. And the weather is kind of sort of, yeah, I know it was snowing earlier, but now the winds are really starting to pick up. So I'm hoping that this will be a good location for this grill today. If not, I can move it. So either way, we'll see you in about an hour. All right, we're back. We're 1 hour into the cook. This thing has been holding right around that 300 to 295 range. I think it maybe peaked at like 310, but I had to play with the vents just a little bit, but I bet you I haven't touched them in the last half hour or so. But on for an hour. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the ribs. Yeah, looking pretty good. But yeah, bark is not set quite yet. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is close this thing back down and probably let it go for another 45 minutes or so. And I'm thinking it might be time to wrap. So when it's time to wrap, we'll pick back up. Alright, so we're back. I've been on for an hour and 45 minutes. I already have one rack wrapped up, so I'm just going to show you how we're going to do this. This is the same way I pretty much wrap ribs all the time. All we're adding to the foil is just a little bit of the Blues Hog Tennessee Red. Like so. Now we're going to take our rack of ribs, which is right here. Decent color on them. We're going to put them meat side down. Like so. And we're just going to wrap it up. Just like that. So now these are going to go back out on the Weber Smokey Mountain, meat side down, probably at least for another hour and 30 minutes, maybe not that long, but we're going to let these go back out on the grill for about another hour at 300, and then we will check back in, so we'll see you then. All right, we are back. Total cook time we've been on the grill so far is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Did an hour and 45 minutes just right on the grill as is, and then I did another hour in foil. And now the last thing I'm doing is I'm painting these things up with some sauce. The sauce I'm using is the, see if I can get that in there, Blues Hog Champions Blend. And yeah, this is a really big jug of sauce. But when you find stuff you like, it's cheaper to buy it bigger. It just is do the math of buying how many small bottles it would take to buy a big bottle. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I have an iPhone with a calculator on it. But anyways, really like this sauce. So all we're doing is I already gave the back and front a coat on this one. I already got a coat on the back, so I'm just taking this. This is preheated right on Weber Smokey Mountain, and I'm just go ahead and paint these ribs up. But one thing to note is when I did pull these out of the foil, I did put these back on the grill for about 10 minutes and kind of just let them stiffen up again. Because when you take them out of the foil, they're pretty wet, and the sauce really doesn't spread all that well, in my opinion. You can notice the kid playing with his power tools in the background, but that's going to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and take these ribs, put them right back out on the Weber Smokey Mountain. Probably for about another 10 minutes to set the sauce set. It's still kicking right around 290, 300. So yeah, I will pick back up one last time when we're cutting into these things. So we'll see you then. All right, we are back, and it is time to eat. Real quick, go over to cook times. This was about 2 hours and 55 minute total cook time. We did an hour and 45 minutes right on the grill, an hour in wrapping, and then 10 minutes with sauce on. Actually, you know what? Probably put it to about closer to 3 hours, because after I took them out of the wrap, I did let them back on the grill and set for 5-10 minutes. So we'll say about 3 hours. Here's the finished product. I think they got a really nice color going to them. Feel really nice, smell fantastic. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and cut into one of these and see what we got. Also, you can notice the nice custom cutting board done by John over at Hiawatha Woodworks. I will link his Facebook page in the description. Does some really good work. This is the custom Pro Series maple board. Just gigantic. You know, got my logo, got his stuff on it, but it's a really nice looking board. So let's get to the ribs. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and take one right out of the middle. See what we got. You can see nice and juicy, really good, nice color on it. Let's go ahead and give it a taste, see how we did. That right there's a clean bone. 2 bites off that, the meat still stays on it. Absolutely delicious. This combo of rubs on there might be my go-to for pork from now on. Just you know, the combination of the Blues Hogs, you know, mixed with the Tailgaters BBQ Party Rub, and then let's not forget about that Blues Hog Tennessee Red in the wrap. Some little extra flavor, giving them real nice color, and then finishing them off with the Blues Hog Champions Blend. So yeah, you know, I'd say this is a very successful cook. 3-hour ribs. Here we go. You know, these are pretty beefy racks of St. Louis style cut, but 18-inch Weber Smokey Mountain knocked them out of the park once again, just like it used to in the old days. So now besides that, if you guys and girls enjoyed this video, I really appreciate a thumbs up, a subscribe, you know, maybe leave me a comment, and hit that notification bell, because, you know, I put out videos every Friday, and I like to smoke meat, so I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch. So besides that, I appreciate you watching. Guys and girls, have a good night. See you next time.